And I had the pleasure of going to Operation Flinders and staying at Yankonina Station and being hosted by John and Jan Shepherd. It was a wonderful experience, and although it was slightly terrifying, I did enjoy the abseiling and still have sore ribs to prove it. That Operation Flinders is such a wonderful program. It's a charitable organisation that runs a world-leading wilderness adventure program for young offenders and young people at risk. The program takes participants between the age of 14 and 18 on an 8-day exercise in the far north Flinders Ranges, providing an opportunity for its participants to break away from their past and grow as valued members of the community. The Foundation offers a unique program that presents its participants with a new direction in life. Teams trek 100 kilometres through the spectacular Flinders Ranges with the aim to develop personal attitudes of self-esteem, leadership, motivation, teamwork and responsibility. They learn basic bush survival skills, are taught to abseil, discover Indigenous culture and learn of the rich history of the Flinders Ranges. Unlike other aspects of their lives, there is not an opportunity for the participants to opt out. I was fortunate enough to have heard about this program a couple of years ago and sought to put together my own Prospect chapter, and I was very lucky to have the sponsorship and donations from the Prospect Blair Athol Lions donated $7,500. The Rotary Club of Prospect and the Prospect Kiwanis also donated money, along with I had 130 people come to a community quiz night that I organised, which showed how much my community values this type of program, which really helps youth through difficult times in their life and hopefully provides them with a different alternative than the one that they're on. So we raised $15,000 to set up a Prospect chapter, and I asked that 5 students be chosen from Roma Mitchell, which is one of my zone schools, and Adelaide High School, the other zone school, of which I'm also on the governing council of. So it was very fortunate that the weekend I was there was the weekend that my team was there. I didn't get to meet them, unfortunately, because it would have been several hours' drive in a different direction from where we were. The property is around 260 square kilometres, so I did meet up with 3 different groups of teenagers that were there. I believe there were 9 groups at the time, and I hope to catch up with the team that I helped sponsor when they have their reunion in a few weeks. I'll get to meet the students. But it's such a wonderful program, and it really is a positive program that I would encourage other members of Parliament to set up their own chapters and help their local community, because I think if we all did, we'd be helping a lot of our youth. From what I've heard of our adult prisons, 70% of the adult prisoners came through the juvenile justice system. So if we can support groups like Operation Flinders that are endeavouring to give young offenders and children at risk another alternate, a different way of looking at life and some self-esteem and goals, and also realising that they can't quit, that they must keep going, and that the team leaders and the groups that are there to support them will not give up on them. For every group there are usually between 8 and 10 teenagers, and there's usually 2 counsellors from the school or the group that they come from, as well as a team leader and an assistant team leader. So there's usually 4 adults with any group. Groups come from different areas. There's behavioural learning centres that often send along groups. There are school teams, so schools can apply. Families SA also send groups, as well as the community justice teams. And as I mentioned, there's chapter teams, so different community groups can get together and fundraise the $15,000, which will allow 10 students to go along. They're very lucky to have patrons such as Rear Admiral Kevin Scarce, Vice Patron of Sir Eric Neil, our former Governor. So they've got some wonderful people. Meg Lees is involved, and of course John Shepherd, who runs the operation and does a lot of work. So I would like to acknowledge the hard work of the Operation Flinders team, the importance of their work, and thank all of the people that donated money towards the Prospect chapter. It was a wonderful experience. I'm glad to have been there to see it for myself. I would encourage other members to do the same, to go there and see what it's like, and to hopefully also start your own chapter.